Hello friends, how are you all? Welcome to my channel, The Learning CA, where we keep posting informative videos in the area of international tax and FEMA. This is CA Abhishek, and I'll be telling you today, as you must have seen in thumbnail, that what are the 8 key steps in implementing the transfer pricing policy at a global level. Hope you like this video. In case if you're new to the channel, please do also subscribe to our channel, The Learning CA, where we keep posting such videos. Also, if you like the video, please do share with your relevant friends and colleagues. I hope you like today's video. Also, I wish to tell you that we have come up with an exclusive India transfer pricing course for professionals only who want to practice in the area of transfer pricing, as also who want to do the job in the transfer pricing domain. So this course is relevant for those people. It has 900 plus topics. The entire content is not more than 17 hours. So you can complete actually in 9 days the entire thing. And there are subscription packages which are very affordable for the professionals. Do reach out to us for booking your demo call. You can find the link for booking the demo call in the description box below. Coming to the video, we are going to discuss today the 8 key steps in implementing the transfer pricing policy at a group level. Now, before going to that particular video, we need to understand that what is basically a transfer pricing policy, right? If you don't know, I'm just going to explain that very briefly to you. So basically, a transfer pricing policy is a document which captures all the positions at a group level. So that is the transactions which are taken by a multinational group, by the entities of a multinational group. In case a multinational group is having a presence is more than 3, 4, 10 countries, then at that point of time we would always, as a consultant, advise to our client, organization or employer to maintain a uniform transfer pricing policy so that it is easy to justify the entire positions which have been taken at a group level. It is easy to justify also the strategies which are being taken at a group level. So that is what the entire policy document captures, the entire analysis on how we have also arrived at arm's length price for the intra-group transactions. We are going to understand that also in this video. I hope you like this video, and if you, as again I said, that if you like this video, please do share with your friends and relevant colleagues who are also into tax domain, so that it's more useful for them as well. So we are going to start with the entire steps how to implement that TP policy in your entire group, that is M&E group or client M&E group or your employer M&E group. So we are going to understand that steps one by one. So guys, the first step is basically understanding of supply chain. So once when you need to understand the entire supply chain at a group level, that how the entire activities are, what type of activities are involved in that entire supply chain, and what entities performing what functions in the supply chain. That will be technically step 2. But first of all, you need to understand the supply chain at a broader level. For that particular thing also, we have a dedicated video on YouTube, which you can search on our page, which says about how you need to take the supply chain analysis for framing of TP policy. So that you can see on our YouTube channel as well. So that is step number 1, where you need to analyze the supply chain at a group level or at a particular segment level. Now we come to the step 2. Step 2 is basically understanding the functional profile of the entities of the supply chain. So technically, you need to understand that what roles are being performed by the group entities in that entire supply chain, and what risk they are assuming. So for that particular thing, you can refer OECD TP guidelines. You can see 2 aspects from that particular guidelines, which will help you to design a functional profile or to understand the functional profile of that entities. What are those 2 particular aspects that you should consider? First is you need to understand how you accurately delineate that transaction which is emanating out of this entire functions being performed by various entities. And the second part is that how you understand which entity is taking what type of risk, that is the risk exposure. You can also understand the risk assessment framework, the steps involved in that, which are given in the OECD TP guidelines. So these are the from this particular aspects, you can understand the functional profile of the entities who are present in the supply chain, or who are performing some role in the supply chain of this M&E group. So I hope the step 2 is clear. Step number 3. Step number 3 is where you segregate the transactions into 2 types. Like you can there could be this is technically what I do with my advisory. When I give TP advisory, I follow this particular steps. It's not necessary that everybody has to follow this. It depends on consultant to consultant as well. That is where we recommend that you also consult a TP expert when you are devising a group level TP policy. But technically in step 3, what I will do is basically I will categorize the transactions into two types. First would be the common transactions, the repetitive transactions which may keep happening between the entities, and the second thing would be the specific transactions, like they don't happen frequently. They just exist between between two entities, or this type of specific transactions which don't happen between all the entities. So such type of things and segregation I will do for this particular transactions. What is step number 4? Step number 4 is basically you need to understand the compliance and TP compliance requirements, transfer pricing compliance and documentation requirements at each and every jurisdiction level. So you come to know that in which jurisdiction what level of documentation is required to be maintained, could be local file or master file, and whether you are also required to comply with CBCR regulations or not. So that you should analyze for each and every jurisdiction, and appropriately you can document that also. That you need to understand that as a part of step 4. Now, after that, what you do in step 5? Step 5 basically you undertake a thorough benchmarking analysis where you understand the methods which are applicable, where you crystallize also on the functional profile, and then appropriately you can undertake the entire benchmarking analysis, and you have to document that benchmarking analysis for again the common transactions as also for the specific transactions. So that becomes your step number 5. Step number 6 is basically you document all the analysis which you have undertaken, that is the functional profile, supply chain, the entire analysis, the benchmarking analysis, the methodologies adopted, the positions taken, that to document. Also, it is important at this particular step that you also draft intercompany agreements if they are not available, or in case if they are available, you can also advise modifications to the intercompany agreement so that they align with all the functional profile and the benchmarking analysis which you have undertaken. So that is step number 6 technically. Now, what is step number 7? Step number 7 is basically you place internal controls in the entire group at a group level or at an organization level as well if required. You place the internal control so that the actual conduct of the entities can be tracked, and that can be justified that it aligns with the functional analysis that you have taken. Right, so you need to place the internal controls also. As a consultant, you should also advise a review mechanism or a review process. You should always give that particular thing, how you can review that entire positions by way of putting putting certain procedures in place. So a review mechanism can be also advised to a client. Apart from that, also I would suggest that in case if it is possible, or every time you can train the staff, the concerned personnel of the organization to ascertain that appropriate controls are in place and appropriate pricing, the transaction at which it should be priced, it's happening at an appropriate way and manner in which has been stated in your TP policy document. That is how the step number 7 will work out. And step number 8 is where you keep updating the policy document at a relevant period. It's not necessary that every time in every year you have to change the TP policies, but yes, once the policies are settled down, in case if there is updation required in benchmarking analysis, you should update that benchmarking analysis at relevant time period. So guys, these were all 8 steps. I hope you have liked the video or you have liked the content, and if it has added something to your TP knowledge bank. If you have found this useful, please do share with your colleagues. And as said, if you are interested in learning transfer pricing from me, I have already developed my own course of transfer pricing which has more than 900 topics, and people are getting interested, tax professionals who wish to practice. It's the best course for them in transfer pricing, India transfer pricing. I hope you have liked this video. Please do subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed. Thank you. This is Abhishek Bhavsa signing off.